Hi everyone, welcome to another Cabinet Vision Guy Tech Tip. In this episode, I'm going to be taking you through how we can use the Material Manager to create some material kits for ourselves. So in my particular setup, what I've got is whenever I supply any office furniture, I often send the same hardware. So I'd like to be able to put a kit together just to add to a job to make sure that the hardware is going to be priced for and we're going to have it on reports as well. So the hardware that I'm going to use is I've got a couple of different brackets that I'd like to supply with each office job, as well as some Kiku clips that I know I'm going to be using, and obviously a cable management port as well. So I'm going to start off by going into my Material Manager and I'm going to build up my materials first. With my Material Manager open, I'm going to head into hardware and you'll see I've got several different miscellaneous materials set up in here already with the properties set for the cost and the tax as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out a few of these different materials to use in my material kit. So I'm going to start off by creating a new material, and this is going to be the kit itself. So I'm going to choose a material type of miscellaneous. And I'm just going to give it a material name. Obviously, I'm just going to put fitting kit for mine. And then from there, I'm going to hit finish and then right click and go to properties on the material. And then from here, what we can do is select the kit button up at the top. And now we can select different materials to add to this one material. So again, I'm going to go into hardware and I'm going to pick up a few different items. So I'm going to add in, and I'm just selecting these and using the arrow to move them across. So I'm going to add in my bracket adapter, the fixing clip and the plate as well. I'm also going to include cable ports and some Kiku clips too. Now when I'm adding these over to my list here to build up my material kit, I can also choose a quantity of these as well. So I actually want to use a quantity of 2 for all the bracket fixing plates and clips. And then for the cable port, I'm going to just include 1 cable port. And then for the Kiku clips, I actually want to use 8 of these. I tend to put in a few different false panels on my office setups. So I want to make sure I've got some in there. So once I've got my quantities set, what I can do is I can close this down. I can head back out to the welcome screen. And the next thing that I need to do is I need to create a part to apply this material to use on a job by job basis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my part manager and I'm going to head into assembly and I'm going to add this part to the assembly itself so we can assign it a material schedule. So if I click new, now I'm going to be quite specific with the part that I'm creating here, but it might be the case that you have different fitting kits with different material schedules, or it doesn't have to be a fitting kit. Obviously it might be any group of hardware that you need to include in a job. So once I've got my part created, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to hit return and I'm going to go into material schedules. And what I should see now under assembly, I should see the office fitting kit under my material schedule with no material assigned to it at the moment. Now, if I just expand hardware on the right hand side, what I could do is I could choose to just pick this item up and move it across, which will assign it obviously for this one material schedule. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose change material in multiple schedules. And then what I need to do is select my material from here. And then we can go into hardware and choose our office fitting kit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click apply. And then if I take a look here, we've then got our office fitting kit, but if I pick another material schedule at random, we should see that it's also been assigned here as well. So it saves us having to go through each different material schedule and just reassign obviously that material. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to job and I'm going to head down to cabinet level. So I'm now down on job level, and this is a typical scenario where I'd like to use my particular fitting kit or make sure that all my hardware is always included. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head down to cabinet level on one of the items. So I'm going to pick out the desk itself. And if I just head into face view, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on new part. And then I'm going to choose from our list and I'm going to select our new component, so our office fitting kit. I'm going to make sure that the material's selected. If you're opening up an existing job after creating the kit and the parts and everything, you'll just need to run update job to make sure the material's selected. We can also choose with this one to hide in plan, elevation or perspective, which might be good if you don't actually want to visually see the kit from any of your drawings. But from here, I'm just going to hit next, and I'm going to use a simple size. I'm just going to use a 50mm block. And then hit finish. And what we'll see here is a simple block that we've got here. And if we go into 3D, you'll see that it's just a simple part up here. If we go into reports, what we should see here is one office fitting kit. And now if I head through to my report center, what I can do is run a material summary report, not easy to say, that includes material kits. So if I find one here, I think this material summary does. So what we should see now is an actual breakout of the individual materials required. So we've got our Kiku clips included. We've also got our cable port and our fixing bracket as well. And if we go look at our hardware list, we should see the same thing. So on here under miscellaneous, what we've now got is our office fitting kit and our Kiku clips, cable ports and the plates as well. Now the same should be true if I hit return and I head into the bid center. And what I'm going to do is just apply an example rate table and then just break this out in internal mode. And if I break out into materials, we should be able to see that I've also got my plates, adapters and brackets down here, as well as the Kiku clips and cable ports too. Hopefully you found this episode useful. Feel free to give us a like, share and subscribe. We're also on Facebook, that's facebook.com/thecabinetvisionguy, and Instagram too, that's instagram.com/thecabinetvisionguy. Cheers!